Aquarius, the universe has set something incredible in motion for you between July 23rd and July 25th. But before the miracle appears, you will see 3 strange omens. And if you ignore them, your divine breakthrough could vanish like mist in the morning sun. This is not a coincidence. It's a cosmic test, a spiritual initiation. Are you ready to unlock the miracle you've been waiting for? Stick with me, because we're about to decode the 3 mysterious signs the universe sends before your life shifts forever. Drop your Aquarius emoji if you're ready, and type "I'm open to receive" in the comments. And if this resonates, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss your divine guidance again. Omen 1. The voice in the silence, Aquarius. Have you found yourself suddenly still? Maybe in the middle of folding laundry, or walking down a familiar path, or even halfway through a sentence. When out of nowhere a feeling stops you in your tracks, it's like something invisible brushes against your soul, soft, subtle, and yet unmistakable. That, dear Aquarius, is omen number 1, the voice in the silence. Between July 23rd and 25th, a quiet, divine whisper is trying to reach you, and this time, it won't shout, it won't demand, it will simply arrive. You may begin to hear, not with your physical ears, but deep within your spiritual core. A sentence, a strange thought, a memory you hadn't visited in years, a dream that repeats night after night. It will feel like a voice emerging from the folds of the universe, and it won't sound like anything or anyone you've ever known. You might hear, "It's time, let go." You already know. At first you might shrug it off. You might even say, "That was random." But Aquarius, nothing is random between July 23rd and 25th. These are divine downloads, encoded messages from your higher self, your spirit guides, or even a loved one who has passed into the unseen realm. They're not speaking to your ears. They're speaking to your intuition, your emotional body, and your soul's compass. And they come to warn you, prepare you, or redirect you toward your divine miracle. But here's the problem. As an Aquarius, your mind is always buzzing. You are ruled by Uranus, the planet of genius, innovation, and breakthroughs. You're a visionary, always thinking 5 steps ahead of everyone else. But sometimes your thoughts become so loud that you miss the whisper of truth beneath them. And this omen, the voice in the silence, won't fight for your attention. It will come softly, gently, like wind through leaves. And if you're too distracted, too skeptical, too caught in real life, you'll miss it. And here's the warning. If you dismiss this voice, if you say, "It's just my imagination," or "That's silly," then the universe will stop speaking for now. Not out of punishment, but because you weren't listening. And that miracle, that cosmic reward you've been praying for, it may be delayed until you're ready to receive the guidance. What does this voice feel like? It's not always words. Sometimes it's a knowing, like walking into a room and feeling that you're supposed to be there, or not. Sometimes it's the pull to call someone you haven't thought about in years, or the urge to not send that email, or a gut feeling that something is about to change. These are not accidents. They are threads in the fabric of divine timing, trying to lead you to the next miracle on your soul's journey. And during July 23rd to 25th, these threads are glowing, waiting for you to follow them. What should you do when this voice appears? Simple sacred actions will amplify your connection to it. Keep a journal nearby at all times. Write down everything, even the strange stuff. That phrase that popped into your head, that image that lingered, that dream that felt too vivid. It's all part of the code. Meditate, even for 5 minutes a day. You don't need to sit in silence for an hour. Just pause, breathe, listen. Let your thoughts settle like snow in a globe, and wait for the whisper beneath the noise. Ask out loud, "What do you want me to know? Show me what I'm not seeing. I'm ready to receive. When you ask, the universe responds, always. But you must be open. You must be still. You must be willing to receive answers that don't always make sense. Yet, why this omen matters? Because Aquarius, this voice is the first knock on the door to your divine miracle. It's the cosmic tap that says, get ready. It's closer than you think, but you must align before it arrives. The universe tests us in whispers before it blesses us in thunder. It gives us quiet nudges before loud transformations. And July 23rd to 25th is your window to hear it. So if something tugs at your heart, if a voice speaks when no one else is around, don't ignore it. Don't push it away. It's your higher self, and it's trying to save you time, heartbreak, or missed opportunity. The door is opening, but only if you answer the whisper. This is your moment, Aquarius, and the voice in the silence is not random. It's divine timing in disguise. Let it guide you. Let it awaken you, because what comes after you listen is a miracle beyond anything you've imagined. Now, let's move to Omen number 2. Omen 2, the uncomfortable disruption. Aquarius, this next omen, won't come wrapped in light. It won't feel magical or uplifting. In fact, it might frustrate you. It might feel unfair. It might make you wonder if the universe is working against you. But in truth, it's the exact opposite. This is Omen number 2, the uncomfortable disruption. Between July 23rd and 25th, something in your life, something you thought was stable, will suddenly shift, break, or collapse. A long-planned meeting gets cancelled without warning. A person you trusted pulls away or goes silent. Your technology crashes when you need it most. A flight gets delayed. A deal falls through. A sure thing evaporates into thin air. And in that moment, your first instinct might be panic. You may say, "Why is this happening right now? I needed this to work. The timing couldn't be worse." But here's the deeper truth, Aquarius. It's divine timing in disguise. Why disruption is actually protection. This isn't a punishment. This isn't bad karma. This is Uranus, your ruling planet, doing what it does best, shaking things loose that no longer serve your evolution. Uranian energy is the lightning bolt. It's fast, it's unexpected, it doesn't ask for permission. And during this window, you're being liberated from something that was too small for your destiny. You thought it was the way forward. You invested time, energy, maybe even your heart. But the universe sees the entire chessboard, not just the piece you're trying to move. And it's saying, no, Aquarius. This is not the move that wins the game. So the board gets flipped, not to punish you, but to redirect you toward a higher outcome you haven't even imagined yet. How to recognize this omen? This disruption may not come with flashing lights. It might feel more like an eerie sense of being out of sync. A series of small things going wrong, back to back. A strange delay that forces you to stop and rethink. A gut feeling that says, this isn't it anymore. You may even try to push forward, to force the old plan. But the more you try, the more resistance you feel. That's the omen. The universe is gently, or not so gently, saying, stop, pause, there's something better coming. What to do when it happens. When this disruption hits, it's crucial that you don't spiral. Don't blame yourself. Don't lash out. Don't jump to fix it instantly. Instead, do this. Pause. Take a breath. Step away. Create space between the trigger and your reaction. Ask yourself, what is this delay or detour protecting me from? What bigger opportunity might be trying to make space in my life? Say out loud, I surrender to divine timing. I trust that what's falling apart was not part of my miracle. This simple act of spiritual surrender, spoken aloud, realigns you with your highest path. Because many miracles arrive disguised as disappointments. And if you can accept the loss, With grace, with awareness, you pass the soul test. The miracle behind the curtain begins to move toward you. The deeper gift in the disruption Aquarius, you are a future thinker. You dream in blueprints, possibilities and revolutions. But sometimes your attachments to old systems, even ones you created, can block your evolution. This omen breaks those attachments. It clears the stage. It makes room. It forces you to get real about what no longer aligns with your truth. That's not chaos, that's clarity. And when you trust the disruption, when you lean in instead of resisting, you become magnetic to the blessing that's been trying to reach you all along, the blessing that's tailor-made for your soul's next chapter. What happens next once you surrender to the interruption? Something begins to shift behind the scenes. You may notice a sudden synchronicity. A new person enters your orbit. An old plan is replaced by a better one. Almost effortlessly, your energy starts to feel lighter, freer, more authentic. That's the sign that you've passed the test. You didn't let the disruption defeat you, you let it redirect you. And now, Aquarius, you're ready for what's next. The final omen is where it all begins to make sense. It's the most mystical sign of all. Let's move on to omen number 3, the unexpected encounter. Omen 3, the unexpected encounter. Aquarius, this is where the mystery becomes magic. You've walked through the whisper of the divine voice. You've surrendered to the unexpected disruption. Now comes the most soul-stirring sign of all. Omen number 3, the unexpected encounter. Between July 23rd and 25th, you may cross paths with someone or something that seems ordinary, but it's anything but. It may feel like a brief moment, a fleeting conversation, a passing glance, a random symbol, but deep in your gut, something inside you knows. This is not a coincidence. What does this omen look like? These encounters are not always dramatic. In fact, they're usually quiet, mystical, and intimate. You might meet a stranger who says something that hits you right in the soul, then disappears into the crowd. See a repeating animal, like a butterfly, owl, or hawk, over and over again, in unusual places. Keep noticing the number 1111, 222, or even your birthday on clocks, receipts, or license plates. Dream about someone you haven't seen in years, and then bump into them in real life the next day. Lock eyes with someone, and suddenly time feels suspended. Feel a wave of déjà vu that leaves your heart racing. These aren't random moments. They are spiritual interruptions, divine winks, cosmic checkpoints. They are the universe's way of saying, you're in the right place. Keep going. The miracle is closer than you think. Why these encounters matter, Aquarius? You're a seeker, a questioner, a soul who came to Earth not just to exist, but to awaken others. But even you can sometimes forget your mission. These encounters are here to activate your memory, to shake loose something ancient inside you, to remind you of a truth you've buried beneath responsibility, survival, or distraction, to reconnect you with your higher timeline, the path you were always meant to walk. Sometimes the person you meet is part of your future, a soulmate, a teacher, a collaborator. Sometimes they're an old karmic thread appearing for closure, and sometimes they're just a spark, a brief flash of divine energy meant to reroute you. But no matter how brief, these encounters shift your vibration. The energy behind the encounter. Why now? Because the cosmos is aligned to bring the unseen into your visible world. During July 23rd to 25th, there is a magnetic pull between the spiritual and the physical realms. Think of it like a cosmic veil being lifted. Suddenly you're more open to signs, you're more aligned with divine flow, you're operating not just from logic, but from soul frequency. And when your vibration rises to meet the divine, you attract sacred encounters like a magnet. Warning, don't dismiss the moment. Aquarius, we live in a world that's constantly screaming for our attention. Ping, buzz, scroll, move faster. But during these 3 days, if you rush, if you scroll past the sign, if you say that was weird and brush it off, you may miss the moment that unlocks your entire miracle. You may miss the messenger. So here's the truth. You must be present to receive. And presence is a radical act in today's world. What to do when this omen appears? Here's how to stay open and aligned. Slow down. Don't overbook your schedule during this window. Create space for surprises. Look people in the eyes. That stranger on the train, that barista, that neighbor, any one of them could be the messenger. Stay off autopilot. Notice your surroundings. Feel into your gut reactions. Be aware of your emotional shifts. Journal every unusual moment. Write down things that stick with you. A phrase, a dream, a symbol. You might not understand it now, but you will. Ask this each morning. Universe, show me the encounter meant to guide me. Let me recognize what is meant for me. The moment may be subtle, but the shift it creates will be deep. And what happens after? If you embrace this omen, if you recognize the sacred within the ordinary, you move into harmony with divine timing. You tell the universe, I'm ready, I'm awake, I trust. And that's when your miracle begins to materialize. It may come as a breakthrough in your career, a divine romance, a spiritual gift unlocking, a sudden burst of clarity about your soul's purpose. Whatever it is, it will feel like alignment. It will click, it will flow, it will come without force, because once you've walked through all 3 omens, you've passed the test. And now, Aquarius, you're ready to receive. So the next time someone random smiles at you, or you feel a tug to turn left instead of right, or a butterfly lands beside you and doesn't fly away, pause, notice, feel, because that may be the universe whispering. The miracle is already here. You just had to look up and see it. Are you ready for it, Aquarius? Let's move now to what happens after July 25th. The miracle begins to unfold. Aquarius, if you've made it this far, your soul already knows you were meant to see this. This message, these 3 omens, they're not just predictions, they're activations. The universe doesn't whisper for no reason. It speaks when something powerful is about to enter your life. And between July 23rd and 25th, the veil lifts just enough for you to catch a glimpse of your divine timeline. You may feel uncertain, you may be tempted to ignore the signs, but deep down, something in you knows this is real. A strange encounter, a disruption in your plans, a whisper in the silence. These are not random. They are cosmic signals that your blessing is near. And if you're still watching, it's because your soul is ready to receive what's been delayed for too long. Aquarius, now is the time to slow down. Tune in and trust the divine unfolding. The miracle is already on its way. But whether you claim it or not is up to you. Drop a comment. I see the signs, I choose the miracle. Like this video if it spoke to your spirit. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another divine message. And if you know another Aquarius who needs this, send it their way. You might just change their life. The universe is watching how you respond right now. And guess what? You're ready. Now go. Live it. Receive it. Your miracle has already begun. Star.